Holly, tell us about Until Dawn.
Until Dawn begins with five people in a car pulling up to, the obligatory sort of gas station slash small shop in the middle of nowhere in the US.
Ugh.
And it turns out that they are looking for the sister of one of them who went missing the year before. And they go into the sister goes into the shop and says, "Have you seen my sister?" And and the guy sort of says, "Oh well, maybe maybe I no, I don't know that I remember her. Maybe I remember her." All sorts of people go missing in Glore Valley, and she's like, "Oh, Glore Valley, this is a place." And we go, clearly it's not a good idea to go to Glore Valley now, is it? So back in the car they go, and it turns out that in the car are her very close friends, two very close friends of hers, her ex-boyfriend and the boyfriend of one of the friends. And one of the friends is allegedly a little bit psychic.
Mm.
So off they go driving, and the weather becomes torrential, unbearable rain, and they arrive in Glore Valley, which is a very, very strange, very quiet place that seems rather abandoned. And they go into the welcome house and look around and discover that it feels very strange, and like nobody's been here in a very long time, and nothing is quite right. And they realise that it's raining outside the valley, but not raining inside. All of these strange things. There is an hourglass on the wall. There are posters with up of missing people, and mysterious things do not seem right.
Mm.
And it gets dark, and they suddenly everything starts going a little bit crazy, and every single one of them dies and comes back to life. And they
Okay.
and they establish that they are in this strange place, and in order to survive it, they have to be able to survive until dawn. Um, and
Many times.
Many
Okay.
times, and
Okay.
they write their name. The one of the girls writes her name in the guest book at the beginning of every cycle, every day that they're there, so you can tell how many days people have been there previously, including the sister. Um,
So we're talking. I'm getting a mix of Groundhog Day and a slasher movie.
Yeah,
yes,
that's basically what it is. Yeah,
yeah,
so Groundhog Day.
they
Hmm.
die in different ways every day as
Yeah.
well. So it keeps variety going.
Oh yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
two deaths are the same.
If you ever go to Gore Valley, don't drink the water.
Definitely.
Okay. You two have done a very good job of making me interested in something that I had zero interest in. This was like filed under never watching that. You're thinking, okay, this could actually be good. So what do you guys actually think about it? So
Okay,
that's
well,
the premise. How was it executed?
yeah. Well, it's based on a. I didn't realize that it's based because I mean I'm not a gamer, but
Yeah,
it is actual based on a game,
yeah.
which is said on so a game thing, which you can understand. So it was very much like a
Like
game.
like dying and then going back to the beginning and starting all
Yeah,
over
yeah.
again like a
So
video game. Yeah.
yeah, and there were like it was pretty bloody, pretty gory. There's a like a Thor moment with a big hammer and things um
I
and
would say funny gory
pardon?
rather than funny gory
Yeah,
predominantly
yeah,
because it was so ridiculous.
yeah, yeah, it was really, it was like a lot. There was a lot of blood. There was a lot of blood. And so as the time goes on, I couldn't work out if it was just each time they died, it was a day, or whether because the hourglass thing, or whether it was like just kept going and kept going. So once they were all killed, they all come back, and then it was all until. Um, but yeah, no, it was a couple of places confused me with like the asylum bit and the creatures. And the thing is, what happens is once you've died this many times, you turn into a rather nasty creature. That so all the people, what Holly was saying, with all the people that were missing and all.
So essentially, if you don't last until dawn, eventually you just stay
You
in
will
Gore
never
Valley.
be.
You become one of
Yes.
these, you know, stand, and you've got like it's a bit like what was the was it Cabin in the Woods where you got like
Yep, yep. Cabin in
all
the
the
Woods.
typical. You've got the mask.
All the stereotypical things you find in horror movies. Yeah,
Yeah, you've
yeah.
got clown
Yeah.
meat one bit. You've got like someone wears a mask. You've got like the creepy girl with the teeth. You've got you know, skeletal type people,
Yeah.
and you know, being chased, a lot of chase. So every sort of trope really. But I should
Yeah, it
imagine.
had a lot of the Cabin in the Woods style things to it, didn't it? And I really do like Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, I love Cabin in the
Cabin
Woods.
in the Woods is
I've
a good
watched it a
film.
lot
Yeah.
of times.
Especially the merman bit. But anyway, but yeah. So, which you guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, so it's very bloody. It's very much nothing I haven't really seen before. Nothing to surprise me. It's
Yeah.
quite an interesting premise. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So how many stars do we give this?
for me, probably a three. Probably a three. It had enough in it to keep it a three for me. You know, I wasn't like puffy puffy. Oh, here we go. You know. So yeah, it was enough for a three.
It made me jump.
Really?
I'm not. Yeah,
Oh.
but a few times. And I, shut my eyes occasionally because sometimes I do in horror films, and I did also at one point nearly fall asleep.
Right.
So, I'm a bit sort of torn. I think I'm actually going to give it a two.
Fair enough.
It was-
I did think of giving it a two, and then I thought,
It's like the whole gamut of emotions. I jumped twice and I also fell asleep.
yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, the only jump I jumped more in that explosion in Warfare than I have in
Yeah,
any
yeah.
horror film.
Yeah,
But
I
anyway,
was about
yeah.
to say, it made you jump, but it's no warfare.
Not a massive jumps, I should add. Just a bit like, oh.
Is that when you were falling? Is it the jump when you were falling asleep? You're sort of nodding off, and then
It sent me to sleep and then it sent me to sleep and it brought me back.
like when you go to lectures and stuff, and you're trying to
Yeah,
keep awake, and you're like, have you guys ever, has it ever happened to you where you're sort of like this?